What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Shot Bully with MyDJsRadio.com. I'm live here at the Urban Digital Network Conference. I got a very special guest. I'm going to let him introduce himself. You know what I mean? I'm privileged and honored right now.
Sir, I appreciate your time. Really, no, I'm privileged and honored to be here with you because I see what you're doing, and I want you to be encouraged to keep doing it because your voice is big and it's powerful, and it's going to get even more powerful if you don't stop. Like they used to say, if you build it, they'll come, and that's what you're doing, young man. Proud of you, and I appreciate being on your show today.
So let the people know who you are, because there's a lot of people who may not recognize you, and I want them to know who you are,
Beautiful. My name is James Cannon, born right here in San Diego, California. I love this city, the city by the sea, the home of the Chargers. I have 5 sons. My oldest son is Nick Cannon, who I love tremendously. I've been running his foundation behind the scenes, working with youth all over this country, and we so excited. Anytime I can get Nick to come out and speak to young people, man, I watch the young people grow, but I also watch Nick grow. We've been motivating youth through the media for the last 15 years. We work with the local public access stations in every city. I've been teaching young people. I started Nick when he was 12 in Charlotte, North Carolina, with 10 other young boys. They started producing a show called Check This Out in Charlotte, North Carolina. When Nick got back to San Diego, he was on fire. He was excited. He was motivated. He knew what to do. He said, I want to go to Hollywood and produce at any means possible. But he had already worked with me in North Carolina behind the scenes. We learned lighting, producing, mics. We interviewed every celebrity in the city. So once his fame hit, he said, Dad, set my foundation up so that I can motivate youth through the media. And so that's what we've been doing through the public access station. Since 2012, you know now, you can run an internet radio show from your cell phone. Imagine I'm sitting in McDonald's running a 2-hour show with my earphones, sitting in McDonald's running a show. So I said, wow, what if we empower youth all over the country? So I said, pastors, now give me 25 of your youth. We'll break them up in 5 groups of 5. We'll give them a network of 7 days, 2 hours of programming. That means if I put 25 young people up under you, come back 60 days later, if your young people have interviewed every bank vice president in the city, the 100 most important people in the city, if they learn to take the cameras also and make documentaries, what I learned is Best Buy, if they make a documentary for Best Buy, hitting whether Best Buy has money for scholarships, what is Best Buy doing for the community, if they hit all those bullet points that make Best Buy look good, they will buy that DVD at $15 a piece for you to give out to the community. Walmart's to do it. All these corporations to do it. They might not do it if I say I want to produce it, but when I bring these kids in, I say let these kids pick your brain. I give the kids some of the questions to ask because we got to prop the kids up. So now instead of bringing Nick into a city to speak, I said before I bring Nick, you get me 50 of the most motivational young men you can find. And so when we leave out of there, it will be 10 groups of young people hooked into their media where they can learn how to run their own internet radio show from their cell phone. Step 2, write their book. Because if those 5 young men write a book together, talk about it on their show, I guarantee you we can make a bestseller out of their book. Let me show them how to do crowdfunding. Because if they understand crowdfunding and they talk about it on their show every day, if they come on 3 times a week, and those young men with personalities push their crowdfunding, I can guarantee you if they're trying to raise $10,000 in 30 days, I guarantee you they can raise it in 2 weeks. And if they raise $10,000 in 2 weeks off the internet show, I guarantee you I can go get some matching money. I can match that $10,000 if they raise it. So now we empower our youth. None of us is good as all of us. What you're doing is valuable because you're helping to polish them. So if you polish them, I'm going to go polish some more in some other cities. And so what you're doing in this city, I'm going to show them what you're doing. And so now, if you have a group of kids doing a debating show on Monday night at 7 o'clock, we can get other kids all over the country calling in, done their homework, and let's see how sharp they are because we got some sharp youth in San Diego. They can interview every music producer in the city. Every music producer here, they can get just like you're doing. That's why I value what you're doing. I'm just saying now help me give this to our young people, because now we're 10 times more powerful. If we teach them how to incorporate themselves, incorporate your radio show, put a foundation to it, which is a nonprofit, we can show them how to raise a whole lot of money from all around the country. Imagine if they do an ebook off their show. And then check this out. If they say whoever is the millionth person that downloads our ebook, put it out there near and far. Because now I've got a system when people download the book, it's going to download in whatever language they download it. So it's not just in English. So imagine if the kids say whoever downloads our millionth book, you're going to hit the product lottery and we're going to make you a millionaire. At $5 a piece, that's all. Download the book. Get the book. I'm not giving you nothing that's not real. You're really getting the book. You follow what I'm saying? So now we teach our children that this is the greatest time in history to be marketing anything. And you as a little older adult, we can benefit from that youth knowledge. So just work with them on Saturday mornings. I say just volunteer your time on Saturday morning, a Saturday morning program, just like the Boy Scouts. Somewhere in every city, they're going to be meeting with the youth. So if we're meeting with our youth on Saturday morning, you're going over the newspaper, you're making sure that they're connected with the Voice and the Viewpoint, because that's where they're getting their stuff from that they're going to go do the interview. A mother got a drive-by shooting, get her information, get an interview with her, okay? So now we're empowering our youth to become the media. We want them to understand that from San Diego, they can do this thing. They're brilliant and they're intelligent, sir.
I love it. I love everything that you just brought to my radio station right now, and I greatly appreciate having, somebody such that's influential, you know what I mean, a community activist. I mean, I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois, and I've heard about your name ever since I've been in San Diego, and not just because you're Nick Cannon's father, but because of the work that you do for the community, you know what I mean? So it's a pleasure to have you on mydjsradio.com and to do this. So, and you said a mouthful, you know what I mean? I don't even have any questions for you, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Let me switch to this real quickly, since you're from Chicago.
Yes.
Nick is doing the movie down there right now. He has Chirac. He has one of the starring roles. You need to get an interview with him.
I will.
You need to get an interview with all of them, man.
Yeah,
just stay in contact with me. I do the very best I can to set it up.
Yeah.
You right here from San Diego, might as well, man.
Yeah.
So, and then I don't know how much mums they trying to keep what they doing, but they're already doing controversial press conferences because it's going to take a lot of heat. Yeah. Spike's saying, let's just wait and see what it's going to be like, y'all, before you hate on it.
You know what? It's taking a lot of heat because of the name, Chirac, and a lot of the older, I'm older generation Chicago. We don't really embrace Chirac because it's acknowledging the murder rate and the war that's going on, and we're not trying to, we're already known as the murder capital and all that. We're trying to get that image away, so a lot of people don't like the name. They don't understand what Spike Lee has in plan and to bring about the light in Chicago. So we just, like you said, wait and see.
And we got to trust that brother is conscious.
Right,
he's conscious.
Yeah.
So we've got to believe he's going to do the right thing. Yeah. But the beauty, the question, though, is where you got Louis Farrakhan in Chicago.
Yes.
You got Jesse Jackson in Chicago. Yes. Oprah Winfrey coming out of Chicago. Yes. Barack Obama coming out of Chicago. We've got to bring this question to the forefront.
Yes, we do.
So we can't run from it. Yes. Okay, what is going on? We got these many powerful people in our city, coming from our city, and we got this type of stuff going on. So hopefully we can bring the light out and keep the respect in it, but people like yourself that's in position to keep that question going is what's really valuable. Really valuable. Also, I don't know if you remember the Sagan Penn story. There was a gentleman out of San Diego, shot and killed a police officer in '85. Sagan Penn blew San Diego up. The Muslims got behind because he was a Muslim. Yes. He was a martial art artist, black belt. The police beat him in front of the church. He pulled the police officer's gun, shot and killed him. Wow. Shot the other police officer. Pulled the ride-along chick out the car, jumped in the police car, backed it up, ran over the police, ran home. His Muslim father convinced him Tell the story. Ask anybody here. They know the story from San Diego. Ask them about Sagan Penn. He turned himself in. The Muslim community got behind him. They took the chokehold away out of San Diego. A police review board was established in San Diego. Nick wants to do the movie. He wants to do the movie. He's beefed up. He's got his muscles going on. He's nice. We want to talk about that in San Diego. It's well overdue. Regardless what San Diego think about it, that movie needs to be. A police officer shot and killed. He went through 2 trials, found not guilty in San Diego, California. I would call it California postponed. It's time for the story to be told. Nick just got $189 million to produce 10 movies. He just finished his first movie down in, it's a Bahama dance movie or whatever. It's going to be powerful. His third movie he wants to do is the Sagan Penn story. I bet you everybody in here from San Diego, if you ask them about Sagan Penn, and they're passionate about it. We got to do this story, man. Sagan Penn 6 years ago committed suicide. The way he did was by taking pills. Sagan didn't mess with no pills. But what if the story is when he was in prison fighting for his life for 2 years, while his attorneys fighting for his life here in San Diego, he saw they want our kids hooked on medicine. They want us hooked on medicine. What if he saw that and fought against that? But in the final analysis, that's how he died.
Hey, man, it's a pleasure talking to you, Mr. Cannon. I really appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it too, Doctor.
Hey, we're definitely gonna. I'm gonna try to get the interview with Nick for the Chirac thing. I got to.
I'll try to do that too.
Please. You're definitely an influential individual. I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. James Cannon, you know what I mean. Community activist. You know what I mean, father of legendary Nick Cannon, we all know, you know what I mean, but we appreciate what you do. And hopefully this is not the last time that I talk to you and see you.
Actually, we want to put up a motivational institute in San Diego first, and then put them all over the country. The Motivational Institute will have state-of-the-art equipment just like this, music equipment, television equipment, where our youth, our pastors, our youth can learn how to do it, our pastors, where they can learn the crowdfunding, all of that, and we can show them how to, your intellectual properties is what's valuable. Thomas Edison put together inventors, and they patent inventions. Some failed, some didn't. We need to put together our youth on Saturday morning and show them how to write books. Chicken Soup for the Soul writes 2 new books every 6 months. We need to show our kids how to do that. Set it up on a product lottery. Learn how to make it a bestseller. Where whether the book fails to succeed or not, we need to start patenting that stuff and putting it out there. Everybody else builds off of our trends. We got to build off of our trend. You follow what I'm saying, my brother? I want you to help me help polish the youth in our city. I'll send them to you. You teach them what you know, and we'll take it to the next level.
Let's do that. Let's do that for sure. I appreciate it. My DJ's Radio.